It is day one of Watches and Wonders, the most exciting time in the calendar for watch geeks, because this is when various watch brands unveil their novelties. And this year, 2024, Nomos is attending the trade show with 31 new, bold colorways of the Tangente 38 date. Watches and Wonders in colors. They were kind enough to let me get hands-on with a few pieces beforehand, so thank you so much to the team over there. Here's my first impressions and everything you need to know about these new Nomos limited editions. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and this channel is completely dedicated to the beauty and awesomeness of timekeeping. I've been a longtime lover and fan of Nomos, so when I heard that they'd be showcasing their novelties at Watches and Wonders this year, I got very excited. Nomos always has a unique take, a unique design language, so I couldn't wait to see what they'd unveil, and of course, they delivered. But something I need to say before we get started showing off the models I have in, this video has kindly been sponsored by Nomos. They've asked me to make a few videos about these releases, which was a big fat obvious yes from me. The opportunity to partner with one of my favorite watch brands and get early access to their watches, it was a no-brainer. So thank you so much, Nomos. Now, the new Nomos Tangente 38 dates. I mean, the very first thing you notice is the colors. They are dreamy, bright and bold, and Nomos is making a huge splash with their most colorful Tangentes to date. We're going to have all 31 colorways coming through in the next few weeks, but for now, I've got 10 models I can show you in the metal. So I've got the bubblegum, flamingo pink, lemon biscuit, stop, go, peace, and here's where they start getting difficult for me to say as someone who doesn't speak German. Mauve grün, Rambazamba, Tiefseegrau, Frostblau, and Schlossgrun. With Rambazamba being my personal favorite so far, I think. I don't know if I just like saying Rambazamba. It's tied. I'm really torn between Rambazamba, Tiefseegrau, and Schlossgrun. All the hard ones to say. One of the first things I noticed about these, beyond the colors, is the date wheel. I've said it once and I'll say it again, Nomos are masters of color. Every single colorway is well thought out, well executed, with complementary colors often from the opposite end of the color wheel. For example, with the Schlossgrun, you have the almost forest green dial with the cream outer ring, muted grey subdial, and little pops of red in the hour markers and made in Germany at the 6 o'clock. Chef kiss. Just a masterful use of color and contrasting colors. Even with a more subdued model like Lemon Biscuit, the cream white represents a majority of the dial, soft yellow around the minute track, but still those color contrasts with the blue numerals and hour markers. Restrained, but still funky, with that uniquely Nomos twist. But the thing we need to talk about is the date window. Being an eagle-eyed, detail-oriented watch nerd, I love when the date window perfectly matches the dial color. And that's exactly what Nomos have done here. And if they don't match, if they don't perfectly match, it has been an intentional color selection. Like, this is the perfect example, with the Rambazamba versus the Flamingo Pink, the exactly perfectly matched date wheel versus the intentionally selected white date wheel. This is the stuff that gets me excited, the level of detail and care going into the design. Okay, now that I've gushed about the colors and how excited they make me, let's talk about the specifications. Let's look into the cold hard facts. So these have a case diameter of 37.5 millimeters, a thickness of 6.8 mil, and a lug-to-lug of 47.7 millimeters. Although the case diameter is 37.5 millimeters, it almost wears more like a 39 millimeter case because of the long lugs. Now I know the long lugs can be divisive, people either aesthetically love them or hate them, but in my humble opinion this is a design feature of Nomos, this is a design distinctive, and not a fault. But it is something to keep in mind when shopping for their watches and thinking about what the wearing experience might be like. So here's one of the new Tangentes on my 5.5 inch wrist versus my husband's 7 inch wrist. I wouldn't say it is too large on my wrist, it's a nice oversized look, but it is absolutely perfect on my husband's 7 inch wrist. Just the right amount of strap to watch ratio. It looks so good. It looks kind of elevated and smart and funky all at the same time. All of these new models feature a stainless steel case and have 30 meters of water resistance. Now, turning this watch around, looking at the movement, this is powered by the in-house manual wind caliber DUW4101, giving you 42 hours of power reserve. I'm gonna gush as minimally as possible about this in this video, because I have a future video that's gonna be going quite in depth about this movement, but this is a real selling feature of Nomos. There is no other brand that I can think of that offers in-house caliber movements at such a competitive price point. This specific movement features the innovative Nomos swing system escapement and patented date mechanism. Patented. These have a nicely decorated caseback saying limited edition Tangente, 175 years watchmaking in Glashütte along the top, and along the bottom is the color and the limited edition number. Which leads us to why these watches exist in the first place. These numbers on the caseback aren't random numbers, they have meaning and significance. So Nomos has released 31 new colors to celebrate over 31 years of the Tangente. And then each color is limited to 175 pieces as an homage to the watchmaking history of Glashütte. So these are very, very limited. Now, if you're wanting to get your hands on one of these, I'm gonna tell you how to do that right now. First, let's talk about the price, because it might be good to know how much these cost. These limited editions cost 1,925 euros or 2,310 US dollars. My website is going to show up right now in British pounds because I live in the UK, but this is actually cheaper than the standard Tangente 38 date. It is 175 euros more affordable than the standard model. And the 175 isn't by mistake, of course. Plus, the glass caseback, which usually costs a little bit more, is being given as a gift from Nomos to their customer. And I absolutely love the way they worded it when I was on a call with them. So I was shocked when I heard the price was going to be less for these special limited edition Tangentes with a glass caseback. And they said they saw this as an investment into the wearers of their watches. I don't think I've ever heard a watch brand communicate that they saw their customers as something the brand is investing in. It almost felt like this weird role reversal. I've heard so many brands pitch to me why their watches are worth customers investing in, but I've never heard a watch brand say that they want to invest into their customers. And this is yet another reason why I am the captain of the Nomos hype train. I've said this before in another video, Nomos doesn't feel like any other watch brand in their outlook, how they view their customers, how they view their products, their pricing structure. When everyone else is raising their prices during kind of financially uncertain times, Nomos is offering their customers, investing into their customers, limited edition timepieces at a more affordable price than the standard. This feels unheard of. When everyone else is zigging, Nomos is zagging, and this is why I freaking love them. But I digress. How do you buy one of these? The best way to buy is via their online store. So heading over to the Nomos website, looking at all the options, and purchasing that way. Here in the UK, you can find them through Watches of Switzerland, or one of my personal favorite places to go shopping, Barry's in York. And in the US, Tourneau, Bucherer, and Hodinkee. Shipping will start from April 9th onto the retailers, but not all watches will arrive together. Have I gushed enough? It's only day 1 of Watches and Wonders. I've only been hands-on with 10 of these so far, so there's still so many more to see. At the end of each of these videos, I'm going to finish it with saying which one of these new limited edition models is my favorite, and if it's changed after seeing more. So for this lot of 10, I really like the bold models. Either the Schlossgrun, so the green with the cream and the little pops of red, or the Tiefseegrau, so the gray and pink one. I'm so sorry for my German pronunciations as well. Nomos, don't fire me. I'm so sorry. So those are my favorites so far, and my honest first impressions after seeing these in the metal. I'd love to know in the comments down below, what colorway is your favorite? Do you have any questions I can answer in future videos? Pop it in the comments down below. Thank you once again to Nomos for sponsoring this video and letting me get hands-on with these watches early. Absolute dream. And now let's take a minute to thank the Pope tier patrons. Bye guys!